Good morning, Team Alabama. Please find chapter 14 in your books, and that is page 110. We are ready for more Hidden Figures, chapter 14, and that is progress. You should be reaching your 50 to 70 facts, your 10 questions, and your 10 vocabulary words. The years after World War II were an age of technological progress. Jet engines replaced propellers. Reaching Mach 1 left engineers hungry to conquer Mach 2. Supersonic flight led to still faster hypersonic flight. Each breakthrough pushed the imaginations of inventors and engineers a little bit further, tempting the workers at the Langley Memorial Aeronautical Laboratory to envision a time when they eventually would create an aircraft capable of breaking free of Earth's gravity and reaching outer space. One step in this march of progress had occurred in 1947 when Langley bought its first electronic calculator from the Bell Telephone Laboratories. No one confused the female calculators with the room-sized calculating machines that performed the same function. As the years passed and the electronic computers became more important to the work done at Langley, Dorothy Vaughan could envision a time when her team of human computers would be replaced by the inanimate calculating machines. The future was coming. Dorothy didn't know exactly what the new computers would look like, but she knew that technology was going to change the way things were done at the laboratory. The new machines. The electronic calculators were needed for the more elaborate research being carried out by the National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics. As planes flew faster than the speed of sound, the math required to study those supersonic flights had become increasingly complicated. Some of the algebraic equations and the mathematicians were asked to perform had as many as 35 variables and might take as long as a month to solve. The new electronic calculator could complete the same problem in just a few hours. These computers were fast, but they weren't easy to use. The machines used paper punch tapes, long strips of paper with holes punched out to store data and as input, and chugged along at 2 seconds per math operation like addition or subtraction. The whole building shook when the machine was in use, but it offered the distinct advantage that it could operate all night long. The female computers needed to go home to rest. A new era. In the mid-1950s, the National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics bought its first computer from IBM, an IBM 604 electronic calculating punch and an IBM 650. The engineers needed them to calculate the flight path for a hypersonic above Mach 5 rocket plane, an experimental aircraft that would fly high enough and fast enough to leave Earth's atmosphere and break the pull of Earth's gravity in order to reach space. At first, these data processing machines weren't very reliable. They made mistakes, and engineers